Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to Dead Cells. The end is near. How near? Well, I don't know. It hasn't ended yet. But I'm having a good day today, feeling way better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was sneezing for like 2 hours before any of my recordings and I felt basically miserable. I'm feeling way better today. In fact, I'm feeling pretty damn good actually. No sneezes, no sniffles, no cold, no allergies. Just a lot of coffee, a lot of Benadryl, and some patience and some rest. What are we gonna do today? Dude, I think we should do a brutality run because we haven't done a brutality run recently. You know what? I also kind of like the idea of maybe an ice bow. It does have a bleed synergy on it. So in theory, if we find a piece of equipment that has bleed synergies on it. There's the crits. We can immediately synergize with that bleed just by using our ice bow. Now, victims burn when they die in the oiled sword is actually a really good modifier to have. It means that by killing these rats, we can actually keep the crits on the oiled sword going. The only problem is situations like this where we have kind of a little while in between fighting enemies. You know, that might be my favorite elite to fight. He's so easy. All you do, oh, perfect. All you do is you just wait for the laser to start spawning, and then he can't hit you. He can't hit you while that laser is spawning. It makes it so easy. You know what, I'm gonna go up here. You know what, I'm also gonna do this, and then this, and look at that, they're all dead. Thank you for the crits. That might be one of my not least favorite elites, but one of the more annoying elites. The one that has the horizontal increasing laser beam, because it doesn't always disconnect from the enemy when they do like the jumping attacks and whatnot. It's a little weird, isn't it? Anyway. Hello, welcome, bubonic lesson. Oh boy, I made a automatic deagle. What are you actually talking about? Boy, what the hell are you talking about? The only deagle I know is it's the Magnum? I think the Magnum in RE3 it's not actually a Magnum, is it? It's a deagle. A Magnum is very specifically a cylinder based high caliber handheld pistol. Is that correct? Sorry, kind of went off on a bit of a tangent there. We learned something on the end of the last run though, after a little bit of testing, after a somewhat successful enough run. Lacerating Aura apparently does work with point blank, but what doesn't work with point blank? Some of the other ones, some of the other powers don't work with point blank. I find it very interesting that Lacerating Aura does work with point blank. Like, I feel like that doesn't even make any sense, but there we go. You know what, I got a crit. Hopefully I can actually get around here. There we go. Took a little bit of creative platforming to make that work. Hey, Sigus Jr., welcome. Art of Bobbert says, in-game or IRL? Yeah, if you make an automatic Magnum IRL, I think you're gonna have a bit of a call from one of the three-letter agencies. Mr. Lettuce. Hi, we'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Get him! He's right there! Ah, okay, take a drink. We've got a minute. We've got a minute opening up the chest, seeing the peroglyph, and then immediately selling it. I like this run right now. I would love, on this run, I think to get a grappling hook. Legendary. Doesn't that burn enemies on grapple? We could easily synergize that with the oiled sword because we would get the crits active on every single enemy that we grab every 3 seconds, and the crit lasts for 10 seconds. So that seems like a good way of enabling fire, while also one-hit kills on enemies potentially. So I would be down for that. For this floor though, I think I'm looking to go to the Dracula's Castle path, and I have the most stupid reason for wanting to do this. You wanna know what it is? No, okay, well I'm gonna tell you anyways. I wanna go to the Dracula path because when I sat down at my computer to start this stream, I thought to myself, man, that Dracula music, it's real good. I started humming it to myself, the castle theme song. Dun 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 dun. So now I'm like, okay, well now I need to do Dracula path, I guess. And hey, convenient, in that it is incentivized and it's not de-incentivized. So yeah, we're gonna go Dracula path, I think. I would very much like to get a little bit more cash though. We're not gonna need a lot of cash, I think, because we're going to an incentivized biome. Was there anything in the shop that we wanted? I'm gonna be honest with you, I ran by the shop without even looking at it. Well, apparently I did look at it because I remember talking about the lacerating ore, but other than that, I don't remember looking at it. We'll go to the castle. I might not go and fight Death. I feel like the easier fight is, of course, Black Bridge. Get a legendary, and that's probably worth more than risking not getting a legendary. Ooh. Ooh, I mean... You know, it's interesting that the non-crit is basically the same as the crit from the oiled sword. That being said, I'm not a big fan of the move set of this weapon, but because it does so much more damage, I'll take it for now. I don't like the spite sword. The third hit being a kick makes it really hard to time for certain fights, like boss fights in particular. I very much don't like having to pay attention to where I am in the combo. For some weapons, that's kind of the point of the weapon, like the tombstone. You want to hit with the third hit of the combo. For the spite sword, having to pay attention to the combo hit so that you don't stagger the enemy, canceling their attack, making them jump into a new attack, it's tedious. It's too much brain power for a run of Dead Cells, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Why did you teleport to me? The third hit doesn't even do that much damage, really. Why are you here? You weren't there a second ago. Did he just spawn? What the heck? Of course, now that I'm using it, I am like, okay, that was kind of cool there. I used the third hit of the combo to kick that Demolisher, which canceled his attack and stunned him. Against normal enemies, I guess it doesn't make that much of an impact. It's more for like the bosses, where you're trying to get the flawless and you kick the Scarecrow or something, and by kicking him, he cancels his attack, he starts a new attack, but your dodge is on cooldown because you gotta be very like perfect with your dodge timing. Ooh, oil grenade. Oil grenade. I'm gonna sell it. Oil is one of the easiest things to apply. So like, you never need an oil grenade, I feel. If you need an oil grenade, what you really need is you just need some other weapon that applies oil on it, and then you'll be fine. What's interesting about this weapon is that the first hit, oh, the arrows, what's doing so much damage. I was gonna say, firing multiple arrows in front of me, it's one hit killing a lot of enemies. Feels like it's also hitting multiple times, but I think it's just that arrow on the first attack, it does basically the same damage of the spite sword. It's doing 200 to 300 damage, the arrow's doing up to 200 damage. I love arrows. I love arrows on equipment. I've learned. I've learned my lesson. Sorry, I'm being a little bit loud today because I have to make up for yesterday. Yesterday was definitely a low energy day. I probably should have just called off sick. I don't know if it was actually a cold. It feels like it was a mix of a very, very minor cold with extreme allergies. Not, well, extreme. You don't know what extreme allergies is. Yeah, I know, but, you know, first world problems, right? You jokers. You know, I guess the other thing with the Spite Sword is that having crits on you being hit, it's really nice so that you can get your health back and maybe kill enemies that are a little bit more dangerous than other enemies that you'd be fighting. But I think that the higher BC you get, the more you don't want to get hit. Like if you're getting hit, you're gonna be losing health overall. You're not really gonna be able to recover most of your HP because everything just hurts so much. Dun 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 dun. So I used to really like that effect on the Spite Sword. This was actually before it had its current combo with the kick in it. Before it was just a normal sword. I used to like it a lot more then, I think. Okay, it's also really fun to kick the harpy out of the air. That was really good. I like that. I like that a lot. Disappointed Giant welcome. Oil Grenade can also be decent for some quick splash damage in a tactics build. Yeah, I mean, it does scale with tactics, which doesn't, yeah, does it? I think it does, right? I think it does. I always find that interesting. Well, like, why does Oil Grenade tactics? The oil isn't necessarily a tactics thing, you know, technically speaking, it is more of a brutality thing with the fire synergies. Come on. Oh, just die. So yeah, I never really figured that out. There's some weapon combinations that don't really make that much sense. I think that's one of them. Random skills. I like my skills. We don't need to replace anything. I think we're good to go. Infantry grenade, for instance. The legendary version that applies oil, that's pretty meaningless. Because a lot of times your oil grenades will still just apply oil anyways. And an infantry grenade that applies oil is almost functionally better than a actual oil grenade. The only difference is that the oil grenade puts oil on the ground, whereas the oil from like a infantry grenade or even a powerful grenade, they just put oil on the enemies. I think in a lot of situations though, that's, well, all right, we're going down here. In a lot of situations, that distinction doesn't really matter too much. And if you put oil on the ground, I'm pretty sure that does not put oil on the enemies. So things like downward smash attacks oiling the ground, that won't oil up an enemy, but if you do hit them with the smash attack, it will apply oil to them directly. So I guess that's not a very good example. I feel very talkative today, but again, like, I gotta make up time from yesterday. Crits with Fire Blast and Pyrotechnics, which are both brutality scaling. Yeah, because all fire things are brutality. Fire Blast, Pyrotechnics, and Firebrand are all ranged, which makes them tactics based. So yeah, maybe that's why the oil grenade is also tactics, because there are multiple ranged fire-based weaponry in the game. It still seems a little odd, doesn't it? Still seems just that little bit odd. So do we want fire? I mean, we have burning oil on the Spite Sword. Fire Grenade is pretty good. Sinew Slicer is a good trap though. Excellent synergy with support. In particular, we need to talk about this, okay? We need to have a serious discussion here. Interesting synergy with the fire grenade. Support increases the DOT damage that an enemy takes and then the damage that the DOT does, so it synergizes twice with the damage, but fire on the ground does not benefit from that. So the fire grenade, the direct damage applied by the fire grenade will scale with support, but the fire damage that's on the ground will not. Similarly, if we take Face Flask and take Vengeance, we'll get double damage scaling with the Sinew Slicer's Bleed if we take Vengeance, but not with fire that's on the ground. Fire that's directly applied via maybe like a firebrand or a... Is there a fire sword? There's not, it's just the oiled sword, right? The fire grenade will apply scalable fire damage from the blast of the fire grenade, but not from the fire that's on the ground. There's also a Serenade. Serenade is good, but I always take that. I think actually I'm just gonna take nothing. I'm learning so much about Dead Cells lately though. The experimentation after a run, it's been really helpful, I think, to just kind of like learn how some of the game mechanics work, really. There's a caca right when we hit 60. It's a blessing in disguise. Mother of Zerg, thank you. Also ready for more Endless Dungeon? So am I. Thanks for another month of Abe content. Thank you very much for your continued support, Mother of Zerg. Thank you, by the way, for letting me play Endless Dungeon with you when you played with me in the beta access for it. I haven't put that video up on YouTube. I might not, just because I don't have time to like edit it together in like an episodic format or anything like that, and I worry that I complain too much that, oh, it's not the Dungeon of the Endless. But I'm excited to play more of it in the future. When I'm able to. I could take this moment also to be like, hey, if we're talking, I want to see more of X game in the future. Wink, you might see some more of X game in the future. But I have some things I gotta do first. Sorry, you know what? More games will happen. I've been having a lot of fun playing Resident Evil though. I keep talking about it. That's how you know it's good. Dun 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 dun. It's just that part of the music, I like it. No, I will, I've got some like life things coming up. Once all this stuff gets like worked out and finalized, I'll have some big news and some returning games on the YouTube channel that I'm looking forward to. All right, I got to admit, when you actually account for that third hit on the Spite Sword, it is really fun. I should have saved that, especially with this guy coming up. Okay, I mean, you know, it doesn't hurt that much, but also, like, I literally couldn't see the crystal. It was off the screen. I was wondering what was hitting me. It was the elite that had the crystal shooter. All right, you know what? You got me on that hit, but now I've got crits, you son of a gun. All right, you know what? Probably should have saved the food. There you go. Okay, definitely should have saved the food. Dun 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 dun. Ossuary. Incentivized, huh? Let's see. I got my music fixed. That's all I wanted from this biome anyways. No extra food. Yeah. I just want the crits. What do we got? Castle in the ossuary, but there's corrupted prison first. Pathing to the ossuary is so funny to me because you can get there directly, but if you go to the prison, you can't get there. Promenade ramparts, you can't get there from the prison depths. I still am gonna go to the prison. I mean, I want the scroll. We'll see what's incentivized after that. It might still be the ossuary, but yeah, we'll do prison. Gotta find the nearest teleporter, not this way. How y'all enjoying the giant eyeball for a head for this character? Gotta admit, I haven't really been paying too much attention, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, ew, that's a giant eyeball. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, that's one hell of an eyeball. Now that's what I call an eyeball. Well, that sound didn't play. Gotta remind myself that, you know, we're not on a tactics run. Also gotta remind myself, we've got the freaking ice bow, which I've never used once. Try to keep that in mind. So, what are we looking for here? Man, brutality needs some better mutations. Vengeance, insanely OP. So goddamn good. I understand now why this is just one of the best mutations in the entire game, Vengeance. That being said, I'm not gonna take it. We could enable Bleed to enable more damage with the Spite Sword, but I think that actually, Support is probably what I'm going for. I like the ability to do more damage when an enemy is warranting the damage. We can just put down the turret and then have a damage buff. No Mercy is also pretty good. 15% less health on standard enemies. And I think elites as well, because elites are not bosses, right? So this is effectively, I don't know, like a 80, no, sorry, this is like a 18% damage buff or something like that. I think I'm just gonna take the classic support. The reason why I really like support with the bleed turret, by the way, is because it buffs the bleed damage that the turret does by 36% times 36%. It double stacks the bleed damage buff, so it's more like a 70% bleed damage buff, plus any other DOT that we're doing. Scissors. Gotta admit, nearly the same damage, way more damage than the non-crit Spite Sword, and then we get the benefit of also killing enemies that it hits. It seems like a very good call for us. There's a lot of mice wandering around these prison depths. I also really like the fact that we get a shield when we're using this weapon. Very handy. Brim, brim, brim. Not so much a big fan of the biters, but that's okay. Just keep slicing, baby. Not a big fan of the bird, but for the bird, there you go. And you know what, for you, come here. Right. Alrighty then. I see it. I see it. I see it. Give me my bonus. Look, you try to hit me from behind, you gotta deal with my biters. I can't believe it's not an eyeball. All right. Let me stare at it with... Why was my eye green when I opened up the chest? Was I green with envy? Why is it green? It's green again. It's like whenever I'm excited about something, like kicking open a chest or picking up a scroll, it's like, ooh. We gotta keep the extra jump at least for the trial, but then we will probably bail. Connie, welcome. I see it's a scissors run. We just picked this up. Literally in this chest, on this floor. Can't say it's a scissors run. We just started. Scissors? I hardly knew her. I think I'll take the amulet though, at this point. Now there's actually no reason to go and fight the bird, because I know that there's not gonna be a rune up here, but you know, I'll do it anyways. I'm glad I did, there was food. I'll eat it. We're so malazed up anyways, like at this point, might as well go all in, right? Thank you. Well, on the bright side, oh, I was gonna say, we can hopefully get the kill with the scissors on that guy, and then the freaking enemy just kind of like disappeared. Reveal secret walls. Also, very much disappointed in the fact that when that enemy, that elite, came down onto my level, the crystals were still keeping him alive. Not a big fan of that. F, 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 Y, F, what F? What F'd? Oh no. F, 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 F? I don't really want a new weapon. I like what we got. From previous testing, we do know that weapons like Hemorrhage in the backpack with Acrobata Pack does affect the bleed damage being done, so a weapon like Hemorrhage in the backpack may not be as strong as I had previously thought it could be, but theoretically, it's still not a bad idea. Oh God. Got him. What the hell? Yo, now we're talking. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty solid. Oh, I got F'd. Oh, I get it. The stream went down. All right, 1 second. I hate when that happens, when you get like a little bit of an internet hiccup in the middle of a stream. No one remembers to come back. I think we gotta take it, but I'll put the sewing scissors in my back pocket. It is a colorless, oh yeah, absolutely. It is a colorless sewing scissors. Come here. So I do kind of want to keep it, but you know, honestly, the damage from this will be phenomenal. We're gonna have a little bit more of a problem. It didn't hurt. We're gonna have a little bit more of a problem from a crowd control perspective, but dude, the bleed damage explosion. I thought you were gonna die. The bleed damage explosion is phenomenal. God, I freaking hate the freaking protectors, man. That time I just didn't dodge correctly, but that's okay. We haven't triggered disengagement yet. Taking a lot of dumb damage, but we'll heal up later when we need to. We might want to take Tainted Flask. What other mutation would I like? Oh, I was thinking about maybe taking the one that would enable more bleeding, which would be nice, but it might also be worth quite a bit to re-roll the stats on the Blood Sword to try to look for different affixes, but I kind of like the arrows from them just to help me get kills. I don't know. You know what we don't need, or you know what we do need? Fire to enable burn synergies. So we'll probably take this over the, probably over Telluric Shock, that way we can keep support, I think. And where are we gonna go? We could go to the ramparts, the sewers, or the castle. Sewers gives us Watcher, Rampart gives us Blackbridge or Crypt, Castle gives us Blackbridge or Defiled Necropolis. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go here? I don't know. I wanted to go to the castle outskirts because I wanted to hear the music. Now I don't care about the Dracula Castle music. The castle outskirts music is much better. I don't know where that music actually fits in Castlevania, like what levels the tracks are from, but whatever level Outskirts is from, that's better than Castle. That's my opinion. We could go to the Ramparts, fight Black Bridge, get an easy, flawless. Do we want to fight Watcher? Watcher's kind of an annoying jerk to fight though, but you know, we'd have very good damage with the Sinew Slicer trap, so maybe we'll go to the sewers on this one. Give it a shot. Why not? Death Fight has the best track though. I don't know what the Death Fight music is. And I don't mean from the Castlevania games, I mean when I'm fighting death, I don't have time to focus on the music. My brain cannot comprehend what the soundtrack is because I am in the middle of trying to dodge for my life. Because I hate that fight, I hate that guy. So we could take Tainted Flask and Vengeance, both give bonus damage to bleed, like bonus, double effective damage to bleed. So we could take that, we could take Tranquility if we were at a distance, but that's not what we're looking for. You know what? Would Demon Strength also affect bleed multiplicatively? Because it says damage overall, not melee or bleed, or sorry, not melee or ranged damage specifically. Very interesting thing to think about. Would combo actually affect the bleed damage that you're doing for every consecutive hit? That's something that we could test. We could test that later. But I think I'm gonna take Open Wounds. 2 shots is now a bleed burst. Let's do it. And hopefully we get some food drops here. We should. It's a very food-rich biome. Bloody Tears, says Taco Sunday. Is that the name of the soundtrack from the Death Fight? Because again, I don't know the tracks, I don't know the names of any of them. There we go, that's what we're looking for. I don't care about enemy spawns, I'll fight the enemies. I'll also let my turrets and fire do the work for me here because I'm scared. I'm actually not that scared. It's just with the tentacles, I don't want to have to deal with the tentacles. They're more annoying than anything else. It's the same track that plays during the Dracula fight in the trailer. In the Castlevania trailer or in the Dead Cells trailer? I assume you mean the Dead Cells trailer. But I fear that I have also not been paying much attention to what that track is. All right. Good fight, everyone. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what it is. Is you the person welcome? Are you still sick? No. Are you still ill? No, I'm feeling much better. Whatever was going through my system, I think is past that, or it's the massive amount of, let's go. The massive amount of Benadryl that I took in order to sleep last night. It wasn't a massive amount. Don't worry, it was, you know, the normal amount that you should take. There we go. You only play it 20 times a stream. Understandable, you wouldn't know it. Okay, I got a F, by the way. Oh, we're back. It was a momentary F. Stream like died and then immediately came back. That was a weird one. Hopefully you're all okay. Sunday, I gotta point something out to you. When I'm playing, all right, this is a little loot corridor here. When I'm playing the Dead Cells trailers, I can't hear them because they're playing through OBS. They're not actually playing on my computer in like a video player, so I don't hear that that soundtrack. So there you go. Now you know. It does seem like today, though, I am having a little bit of internet issues. Again, there's... Son of a gun. There's some kind of like mini construction happening. They're doing line work, I think, like cutting down trees that are close to some of the power lines. So in that case, you know, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. If the internet goes down, it goes down. I'm gonna try to make it through the run, though. I wish I could say, hey, could you cut it out? But they've been working all day, turning on the wood chipper, chipping some wood. No, we don't want this. Although, easy downward smash burn synergy, but I'd rather have the, well actually, I'd rather have the HP, then we'll swap. We lose the extra jump for this part though, but we got a lot of HP from that in case we do mess up. Hopefully everyone is still watching and it hasn't screwed up somehow. Can you hear me now? Can chat hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? I assume you can. No. Otherwise I would have seen a whole bunch of Fs. I didn't see any Fs. Purchase majority stock in a telecommunications company. Would my like half of one stock be able to, you know, enable me to get better service? I'm gonna say no. That'd be cool if that was possible though. Mega major corporations don't want you to learn this one trick to get the service you called for. Knock it off. All right, we're gonna have to do some backtracking to pick that up, but time to gaslight. Please no. He's beginning to doubt. He's beginning to believe. Knock it off. I kind of wish that the arrows also inflicted bleed. That would be very funny. Incredibly strong, but also quite humorous. Yeah, quite humorous indeed, yeah. Light speed. Pretty sure you could convince them to give you better internet if you owned majority stock. Well, so I think that the thing is, the internet issues today I don't think are actually caused by the internet company. I think it's because there's lines being done, or work being done on the lines. And as a result, we're having some minor hiccups. Knock it off. So for once, I think I can't actually blame them as much as I want to. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have thrown the, well, no, the fire grenade was on cooldown. I couldn't have thrown it. You know what I should do? As I immediately get hit again. Use the damn ice bow. I've had this since the beginning of the game. I haven't really used it at all. I'll take the extra HP on this one, because we maintain the extra jumps and the damage reduction. I'll take one scroll. One scroll for free. Who's doing lines? I think the power company is doing lines, but the internet line is on the poles, so they're probably like, I don't know, brushing up against them or something, or I don't know, affecting them in some manner. That's my guess. That's my guess. Oh, right. I forgot that we actually picked up I can't see that the spike shield indicator was in front of me. We picked up a free legendary, so this is gonna be a new one. Critical hits up. Maybe replace the ice bow, since I haven't been using it, let's do that. And then this is, we lose the extra jump, so I'm not willing to do that. Feel like I could really go for like another heal, but I'll probably re-roll perks and take Tainted Flask. That way we can freely use our heals. I tend to take more damage with brutality than anything else. The hits are harder, and they feel much more impactful when you're in tactics, since you have like, I don't know, 1,000 HP instead of 6,000, but I think I take more hits rolling brutality. I think that's understandable though. You only need 27 million shares to take over Spectrum, says Bard of Bobridge. I mean, how much are their shares worth? Do you think we can pool together some resources to buy a major telecommunications company? I can probably, you know, get like, you know, 2 or 3. There we go, there's our mapping. No cursed chest. I saw that chest earlier, I knew it was not gonna be cursed. Do we want Fire Blast? Probably not. I want some mushrooms though. Oh, no, never mind. Game cast. Yeah, I'll cancel all of their like channel deals. It'll be just streaming my Twitch channel to millions of homes. $450. Ah, so, you know, if only we had $10 billion, we could buy Spectrum. Although, we would only need half that in order to get to 51%, right? So, you know, only 5 billion. That'll do it. Don't want anything. Indulgence is pretty good. I would definitely upgrade the turret though. And you know, I like the idea of getting rid of the fire grenade because the turret's gonna apply more direct burn, which will be affected by support. Yeah. Then I do like the cleaver trap. Maybe to buff, replace the sinew slicer. And does more damage on burning oil. We have burning with the flamethrower turret. Oil we can get on something. Yeah, so that gets us to a burning oil synergy a little bit more easily. The bleed damage is a little lower, but it's for a little longer. And then also the cleaver trap itself does more damage. So I think that's worthy. I do see the phase flask and I do like vengeance. You know, I am gonna buy the sinew slicer because I just thought about it. We want ranged attacks on the tentacles, I think. So this should be okay. I knew it. I wanted to get it, I don't know. Let's skedaddle. Definitely heal. I will probably re-roll after this boss fight. We're okay where we are, but I would also like to re-roll some weapons and look for oil. If the blood sword could get double damage on burning oil, apply oil, that would be perfect. We do have the shield, which could inflict oil, but it's really hard to parry the Watcher. Some of the angle of its projectile attacks is kind of difficult to parry correctly, I think. So let's see. Double damage. You know, if we're trying to go for the flawless, why not, right? But I still need something else that applies oil. Burns the ground when destroyed, don't need it. Plus 10% damage, good. Double damage on burning oil sinew slicer. Plus 10% damage when you're near it. Maybe we, I mean, I would like burning oil, but, you know, double damage blood sword, right? Let's do it. Da, da, da. Okay. Deploy the traps, start smacking. Good. Perfect place for you to be. We don't need to hit much because we've got the double damage. A little bit of a slow phase, but that's totally okay. No, you jerk! Oh, I really didn't think that would hit me. That's okay. If only I had a shield or something I could use to block that attack. Hey Disp, welcome, how you doing? Yoink. Welcome to today, which is apparently the day of not great internet over at my place, but we'll deal, we'll live. All right, where are we going? Graveyard. Not courtyard. If only. I mean, we picked up a lot of legendaries just up to this point, but I would have liked to have seen what that had. That's okay. I'm not gonna reroll this anymore. The damage is fine until we fight the next boss, so just in case we find something better, let's ignore it for now. Oh, but I was gonna change out some mutes. So we want Tainted. We're gonna take support again, and I think I'm still gonna take open wounds. I am disabling disengagement, but I think with 6,000 HP, we have enough health to survive bad hits, and we can always heal up to full now. We're healthier than I think I would expect to be at this stage of the game, so we're less likely to get comboed to death than we are at the early stages of the game. There was something here. There it is. We're gonna get a lot of money. We should be able to re-roll our equipment a lot after this. Bone. 6,000 damage on the bone. It's really hard to... Oh, well, there's another blood sword. It's really hard to know how much better a weapon is when it's legendary and it has DOT effects and it's double DOT effects. It's like, what's the actual DPS of this weapon? That's what I want to know. They don't actually give you the right answer. It looked like that guy had a freaking death bomb, and he did. Oh, he did. No. I would like, can I like pick up the loot, please? I have to like keep killing these dang enemies. How many hours have you played of Dead Cells? At this point, let me look. No disengagement, who are you and what have you done to Abe? Well, so I think that if you have something like Tainted Flask, you're okay to get rid of disengagement because you're going to be at full health a lot of the time because you're gonna be getting flasks back. You should be able to, in general, prevent yourself from getting one shot, especially now because we have a lot of health. It's very conditional, but I think that this is now appropriate. I have 750 hours in Dead Cells. It's actually not that much. Not as much as I thought it would be. Yeah, Disp was correct in their guesstimate. That's why math is a compulsory subject in primary education, so you can calculate damage output in Dead Cells. It does feel a little bit like, you know, if the blood sword is leaving station A at 5:58 p.m. and the bleed damage is leaving station B at 7:08 a.m. heading west, heading east. That is legitimately what I was gonna say. Could you not? hard parts of this. I'm trying to be a little clever with my movements here. Like, I don't wanna get smacked by that guy again. He's very smack heavy today. The freaking cannibal. Why are they called cannibals? Are they legitimately cannibals in this universe? They never do answer the question, do they? I mean, with the Malays, you know, every man for himself, right? I see a star. Why did, hold on, 9 says, why did this game give me 2 quad damage legendaries in one run? Snake Fangs in Prisoner's Quarters and Stiletto in the Graveyard. Quad damage Snake Fangs, like 300% damage taken and received? Legendary Snake Fangs? Dude, the damage from the poison would be absurd. That seems great. Maybe a little dangerous, but my run is cursed, I'm not even in the beta. That seems like a little bit of a blessed run, but I hope you're not rolling tactics, because if you get hit once, you're freaking dead. Random weapons. There might come a point in time where a weapon is better than the blood sword, but for right now, I'm loving what we got. And the oiled sword is still good too. I mean, look at the damage numbers here. 15,000 DPS, frantic sword. We're never gonna really hit that crit condition though, but 11,000 with the oiled sword, like, this is where I need damage numbers. How much damage is the blood sword doing? I don't know. I do feel like the blood sword, one reason why I really like it is because, well, I knew that I liked it previously, but I didn't know why. I understand why now. It's the fact that the blood does more damage than you expect when you have damage bonuses. Support, for instance, is buffing its damage 37 times 2, or well, 37 times 37. That was stupid. So the blood, what? Why are you crawling into spikes, dude? The blood sword is actually surprisingly decent here. I think he platformed up the wall like he just had a death wish. Yeah, I love the head turning green. I don't know why. I have rolled a run like that though, with like quad damage. It was very fun. There we go. Thank you. I was so proud of like some of my maneuvering earlier. Not so much now. First couple of floors I felt pretty good. Good movement, good motion. Kind of screwed up after that point though. Come here. Don't go for the biters, go for me. Early game, you don't die in 2 hits or 1 hit. I guess, yeah, you know, if you have enough health that you can trigger the 1-hit protection, go down to 1 HP. I think you need curse chest. I think you need 25% health or above for 1-hit protection to save you. I don't think it works at 15% after disengagement saves you, but I could be wrong about that. All right, meat skewer. Fun weapon. I might see myself having some fun with that in the future. Okay. The biters, man, they're gonna get me killed probably. One more enemy. Gotta find one more enemy. At least it's not a cursed biome. We're not gonna get more cursed, but I can't. I gotta stop jumping into the spikes, you know? 26%. Okay. So I was right. I think I was just off with the rounding. That sounded like such an asshole-ish thing to say. Well, I was right. I was just off with the rounding. No, that's not how I meant it to come out. We do not need more heals. We're gonna get heals. We can build our own heals. I'll wait for one of them to come off a cooldown. Ah, if they're both gonna come off of cooldown, why not? But downward smash attacks burn the ground. No, I really like the extra jumps. I know that we could be having more levels of brutality, but that's not the problem. The problem is me running into spikes. Dun, 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 dun. Where are we going? I'm not gonna backtrack for the money. Where does this go? Cells off. It's like I thought we had everything on the... Even when you pick up a cell, your head glows green. I knew we had picked up everything on the floor, but I didn't know what was in the door. Oh, good! Oh! Do you want a good biome or two bad biomes? I don't know. Let me think about that. What? Inkbab says, sometimes when I'm in the shower, I fill my mouth with water and spit it out like I've just received some very shocking news. What the? Excuse me? I feel like I shouldn't have read that comment. That's like, I feel dirty. I feel like I need a shower now. Let's go to the sepulcher. I think I'm gonna go fight Clock Boss as well. Bloodsword's a very good way of fighting her, I think. We can drink a flask to get even more bonuses. Yeah. It says plus 70% damage to your attacks. What does that mean? Is it just a flat damage bonus to everything, or is it only to like my X and Y attacks, like melee and range? Does it not affect the damage of the turrets? Does it affect the damage of the turrets? It's phrased differently to how it's phrased elsewhere, which makes me think that it might have some specifics. Abe can never be a Catholic priest with all the confessionals. Look, if you're typing it out in chat, you give me, inherent permission to speak about it. Bang! Dude, you know what? It's like the ideal bankertunity. I'm trying to think if there's a downside. If we get the, what I'm hoping is if we get the room that has like 2 elite imps that then double into 4 elite imps, that's gonna charge our flask pretty quickly, right? One more elite spawning though could be another gold gorger, but hopefully not. I mean, let's do it. The world, oh welcome. Why are you already out of heals? Some bad decisions were made by myself. That's okay though. But more accurately, I'm out of heals because I'm not afraid to use them when I have Tainted Flask. We'll just get free heals. We should leave this floor with 3. Yeah, I hope I don't get bodied by a gold gorger, but so is life. C'est la vie. Sometimes I do runs in the bank and there's like 5 gold gorgers and we flawless all of them. Other times there's 1 and he just bodies me. Sometimes it's just your time. The game calls you. Like right now. Jesus, man, why did he take so many hits to kill? Yes. Man, he was a freaking tank. I really thought that we would be able to kill him faster than that. What the heck? Wow. That was not a very good position to be in either. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage here. It's okay. Oh, excuse me. Freaking sneeze. Those guys have boss-like levels of HP. They definitely do. I don't know why, but it really did feel like I was doing no damage to him, but I guess he just has a lot of HP. I've killed them pretty quickly in the past before, so it did feel a little rough. We lose the burning oil synergy, but we just get a higher quality one. Let's take the higher quality one. Not a mimic. I wanted to check to see if it was a mimic, because now we know that there's going to be a mimic in one of the other shops. So we should get a level 14. They're resistant to bleed. I don't know. Maybe. Freaking hurt is what they do, though. No, up. Or maybe I'm just overestimating the value of the blood sword. Thinking that it's gonna handle everything for me when I've got to work for it a little bit. Not a... Oh no, we already killed the gold man. This is another elite. Saw him. Thank you. Let's deal with them. It's like against the normal elites, they die in 2 seconds. Extra jump, damage from projectiles, we have that, we have that. Do we want tactics, survival, or just... Oh. Just survival, let's see, 93, 70, 96. I guess we'll take it. It's an extra 300 HP. Don't go in front of him. For 60. Oh, I'm definitely gonna try. Like 2 shots from the blood sword is killing everything except for those elites. Because they are jerks. I do see there's another one over here. Over here. 55. We should get it. One more. Don't fail the jump. We have not found the curse chest. There it is. Cena, welcome. You sound better. I definitely feel better. I definitely sound better as well. I'm no longer as sick as I was. I've got a very, very tiny stuffiness, but it's not even enough, I think, that it comes through. Am I gonna use the meat skewer? It's an interesting question, because against the clock boss, the meat skewer is quite strong. Did I put that in tactics? No, we've been at 4-5 for a while. I have a lot of off colors, unfortunately. Is this game good on Switch? I don't know. I have not played this on Switch. The last game I played on Switch was Slay the Spire, and I was very confused by the buttons because on the Nintendo controller, A and B are swapped compared to where they are on the Xbox controller. And don't get me started about the PlayStation. I'm not gonna take it. There were numerous fights when I was playing Spire on the Switch where I essentially lost because I kept accidentally ending my turn because I just don't know the buttons. That guy is stuck in his animation. Okay, we know you're gonna freak out. You died. I've not been playing very well, so I'm kind of going slow here. Aside from a crash every now and then, it's pretty good, says 9. I've heard that the mobile and the console ports for Dead Cells are actually pretty good, so. Kills you. Gotta kill one enemy. Mobile tends to lag a bit in terms of updates. My understanding is that is because it's a different development team that works on the mobile ports. Which is completely understandable because you need people to do it. I don't know what engine Dead Cells is written in or anything. Sometimes the game freezing for a moment is the game, and I see it happen to you a lot as well, so I can't blame the Switch, says 9. Oh, that was wrong. Mostly when that happens to me, it's because I'm holding the flawless. There's a bug with the flawless where if you ever take damage, the whole game lags. It really wants you to know that you suck. Which is a little, you know, distracting. It's like, yeah, I get it. I know, game. Okay? I know. Okay, brutality. I feel like our scrolls are actually like pretty high count, but unfortunately a lot of that is in health. A scroll fragment there. Nah, Dead Cells is not a very demanding game. It's just, you know, sometimes bugs happen. I really hope I didn't put a scroll in tactics accidentally. It's definitely not a tactics run. Well, I mean, we do have turrets, I suppose. Kind of tactics-esque. So what are we gonna look for out of a Mimic, a level 14 weapon? We could have taken Wish coming to this floor, with Wish, we could have maybe picked up a level 14 legendary. A level 14 legendary blood sword would be effing lovely. But I'm okay with the current blood sword. We don't care about like a level 14 blood sword though, because at that point, it's gonna basically be doing the same amount of damage as the current one. 2 stacks of DOT versus 1 stack of better DOT. Roughly is gonna equal out. So I think what we're looking for is maybe a replacement turret. Knock it off. Like if we could grab a legendary flamethrower trap, that would be double stacks of DOT. Legendary sinew slicer is the bleed spreads. So I'm much more interested definitely in the double stacks, because that's just more damage. I don't know how that didn't hit me. The company that is in charge of the game on mobile has quite the catalog of good game ports. Many developers seem to have taken notice. At this point, it wouldn't be much of an exaggeration to say they are very outstanding, most outstanding in terms of porting games onto mobile. I mean, again, I've heard excellent things about their work with Dead Cells. This gives us an extra jump, so we're keeping it. Everything's dead. Correct. All right, let's do the ye olde jumping puzzle. More fixes is more chances at bonus damage. That's true. You know, if we do get like a level 14 a non-legendary blood sword, it could have double damage on burning oil, and then that is going to affect the bleed damage that's being done and the damage from the sword itself. So that might give us an edge, but I think it's worth more to get like a better flamethrower turret, because double burn is double burn, you know? That's a lot of burn. But, you know, we might not get a choice. Maybe maybe it's in the skill shop, maybe it's in the weapon shop. I think there was one of each. Come on, more. There we go. 9 says, I just killed myself in the shipwreck after getting down to 1 hit protection, being at 1 HP, seeing enemies, popping face flask. I may be stupid. Oh no! I think that's an achievement though, so you know, good job. Took me a minute to realize what you meant. All right, let's see what we get. Cleaver trap, I think, is double bleed stacks. I would take this over a sinew slicer. That would be freaking great. Why did I think it was gonna be legendary? I'm dumb. We'll still take it, but in my head I'm like, ooh, double stacks. We were just talking about legendaries. Yeah, that's not how that works, Abe. They've been quite open with the community with everything except for update release dates. Honestly, that's pretty smart. So it is just double skills, no weapon shop, unfortunately. So we're stuck with the blood sword. I say stuck, but you know, good weapon. So I guess we could get even more bleed, but I would like to have the opportunity to take burning oil double damage, so I want a burn turret. Or we can keep this one, it's level 9. Could take the grappling hook. The legendary one no, the legendary one fires a shot behind you, right? Why did I think it burned? Like lights the area on fire around you. Oh, you know what? That was the previous version. The cursed update replaced it with 2 grappling hooks. That's right, that's right. Holy water. 5,000 DPS. Kind of like the turret. Kind of like vengeance as well, but okay, I think we're good. And yeah, we are in fact good. So let's get out of here. Where's the exit? Recall doing it for an achievement, not dying, being confused, and using face blast again to suicide. It's a skin, not an achievement. Ah, there you go. I remember it was an unlock for something. Face palmed yourself to death. I have not used this shield at all. In theory, I like parrying, but I don't do it that often. Plus damage on a burning target. Burning and electrified. We can't get bleed. We could get burning and poison, though. I would like oil. Cleaver Trap might be able to get oil. Victim of bleeding spreads it to nearby enemies. I don't like this because it's not a lot of bleed damage, I don't think. It only transfers 1 stack of bleed, I believe, so... Burning oil poison is good enough. So, we need to find oil. Bleeding causes poisoning is essentially double damage on the turret, so I think we gotta keep that. It also has plus 10% damage on it. That's really, really good. But we still need oil. Plus damage on a bleeding target. Okay, I kinda like that. Covers the ground with oil that burns when destroyed. So we have an enabler, though it's slow. The amulet doesn't do it. Damn. The meat skewer does. I mean, if I'm not gonna use the shield. Yeah, I mean, that applies the oil, and then we'll do double damage with the burning oil, which will increase the damage of the bleed as well. Yeah, okay, I like it. And then we have Toxic Cloud and Poisoning. There you go. We have all of the synergies. I gotta remember, how do you go fast with this? Roll attack? All right. Yeah, let's try to fight Clock. Taking a quick moment to look at my mutations and perks and whatnot. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Yeah, we need Lemon here. He can tell me how to do the weird tech. I know how to do it with the assault shield. Destroyed. So we want to do... Cleaver Trap's really wide. When did it get so wide? All right, well, I got hit once. For some reason in my head, I didn't think that she would turn around. She absolutely turned around. I don't know why I thought that. Not a very good legendary day. I've been pretty good about legendary, or not legendary, well, flawlesses. I've been pretty good about flawlesses lately. We're not taking much damage against the bosses, just like one occasional hit. Where are we going? Weirdly enough, I kind of like the idea of fighting Dracula, but I don't like fighting Dracula. I might go fight the Queen. It's been a while since we fought the Queen. really do not want to go to the distillery, though. High Peak Castle is also cursed, so you know what? It is actually a very good time to do that. Go fight the queen. I mean, it's not like I looked at the map and then decided. I decided and then I looked at the map, so. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I like the servants. Well, I don't like the climb. I think that the platforming can be a little bit fiddly. I like the servants themselves because they all have their own unique style. You got freaking Archer McBower person. Tonfis, oh wait, you thought I wasn't gonna turn around, but I did. And then you've got, oh, you thought that these maces were only for show? I can still hit you at range, you piece of garbage. I'm the piece of garbage in this scenario, though. Why did you? Don't even. I don't want to talk about it. That's just stupid. Just like X, you know, I gotta show you what not to do, basically. All right, we don't want any of this. We have our equipment sorted. That's another legendary? Legendary broadsword? Dude, 64,000. Double damage on burning oil, too. Oh my god. I mean, we'll put it in the backpack for now. Jesus. It's not really how I'm... Oh, I understand what's going on now. The first hit from the blood sword is hitting in the wrong direction because I'm going through the enemy. We're not really building for the blood sword, or sorry, for the broadsword, but the blood sword, it's old, right? So I look at the broadsword and I say to myself, that's a solid late game weapon. The shield part of it is kind of useless. It's more about the damage. Again, like I keep hitting behind the enemy with the blood sword when I go through them, so it's not killing them. I quite like that weapon, but I also quite like the fight. Do you like the Yumi or the broadsword? I love the Yumi. Broadsword I don't use that often, but usually it's because there's kind of like more interesting weapons usually that I'm finding. I don't know why everything just stopped. The enemies weren't attacking. They were confused. Oh, right, that's not the sinew slicer anymore. I might be stupid. I do like the Yumi, yeah. I think I might be actually dumb. I am making the worst mistakes. This is what I get for, you know, doing a warm-up run, right? We need to fight more elites, quick! Myron, they looking at my eye. All right, slow down a little bit. You gotta find food and more elites at this point. Tempted to gas the next floor, honestly, because I am Being dumb. That used to break the bombs. I feel like in particular my attempts at using the meat skewer to go through enemies has kind of thrown me off on a lot of hits. Because sometimes it's not actually hitting the enemies where I want them to hit. I'm not getting the right positioning, I think. If I could blame someone that's not me. Oh my god. No, that didn't do it. This biome is not well suited for tainted flask. I mean, there's definitely fewer elites. I didn't come here for the elites. I came here because I just wanted to fight the servants, but now I gotta make it through the floor. I guess we could always try the broadsword, but I don't know. The 2 hits with the burst damage from the bleed sword is probably better. Yeah, we gotta, unfortunately, slow it down a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Just gotta find the way out of here. I don't want to fight you. I don't know how you died. There's another one. No. Oh, why did I activate you? That's gonna kill me. Yeah, the bomb hit my head. Look, I'll admit, I kind of threw at the end there. I was playing recklessly, and I took way too much damage. And that freaking platform that blew up at the very end there sealed my fate because the bomb landed on my head. That's okay. Should have played a little bit better on that run, but yeah, I think the meat skewer was the wrong call. I think that skewering through all the enemies, while fun, it did put me kind of in a bad position to hit with the blood sword. Maybe I should have done a follow-up with the meat skewer shot itself. I did pass up on buying a lot of flasks too. I should have bought the flasks. I thought that we would get more flasks out of the tainted flask, but I guess I did only take it before the graveyard, right? How many did we get out of it? Did we only get 1 or did we get 2? I wish there was a counter. I wish there was a counter that said how many elites you had killed and whether or not you were about to get a charge, because I feel like, I don't know, a part of me feels like it resets the counter when the number goes down from like 6 to 5, because it feels like it does take a while before it starts paying out. But you know, you still got to fight a lot of elites to get the payout. Whatever. I'm not gonna blame that. I'm gonna blame myself for just poor dodging at the end and the beginning and the middle of the run as well, probably. But for now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.